That's the time everyone has their morning constitution during math. I just really want to give you kind of a realistic idea of the way some of our school days go. Undefined pressure, the ideals and ideas that our children should be super good at everything. When we sit down for a basket time, everything that I want to teach them, we're all learning together.
Can I see, Mom?
So the longer I go in my homeschool journey, the more I seem to be getting fanatical in my thinking. The more I hear about what's going on in our public school systems, the more I wonder why we would ever define our own schooling as individual families by their standards. I wonder that. We started school about 8. We did basket time for about an hour. And what I did was I read to them. We did our scripture memory. We did some poems. We talked a little bit. We had breakfast together. There are some days, and today is probably going to be one of those days, where our basket time is the bulk of our school. And that's okay. And then we do our math. Now that might seem really strange to a lot of people. I have all my kids, we're all learning together, except my daughter. She's different. She's 16 and that's totally different. But when we homeschool together and we're learning together, regardless of how the ages are just super spread out, we have conversation. And I realize I cannot sustain that kind of conversation with every child individually. Off, they are going with the youth group to see the Jesus Revolution. Shut up! Oh my goodness! Shut up! What are you doing?
She had her own
Did you just take a bath?
You need a
Oh. It's such a windy, rainy day, and it's cold. We have to teach our children a sense of purpose. And whatever it is their schooling looks like on a daily basis, if we're not giving them purpose, we're failing in our job. Sorry, that's harsh. Let me restate that. Really, we want to relegate school to a set of definitions and a specific set of subjects. Well, that's not what life is about, and school is life. We are taking on the responsibility that we already have, and that is to train our children in the purpose for their lives on this earth. Education without purpose, at the very least, breeds boredom. And education without purpose, at its absolute worst, breeds like a maniacal, intellectual bullying. We're teaching our kids about life, and teaching them about life means teaching them about God. You can look around and see that God exists. You can look at the human eye and see a designer, a creator, and recognizing early on that our lives are not haphazard, that our lives have purpose, that there is meaning to this life is really, really necessary. What we all want for our kids is that they be successful, all right? But what is success? Success is actually fulfilling your God-given purpose. Our children have these unique gifts and unique desires, and we as parents and teachers get to kind of explore that and see what are they best suited for? What has God put inside of them that I can help direct them into so that they live out purposeful on this earth their entire lives, their entire days. Living in a purpose means you are going to be living not just for yourself. You're going to be living to do a good work on this earth. That being said, when I'm teaching my kids, I am endeavoring to teach them the purpose behind what we're learning. And sometimes I have to recognize I can't just say, all right, we did science today and this is what we learned about. No, they learned about science because they went outside and they ran and they fell and they learned about physics. We try new things because as people, that is part of our purpose. expanding and learning and pushing ourselves to grow in areas that might not be just super easy. I feel myself getting totally fanatical in my thinking regarding school. And I'm not vocal about it. I recognize that even as homeschoolers are just putting ourselves in a box so often. And I don't want to do that. Doesn't mean we don't do our academic work. Doing things with your child is school. If you define school as life learning, it's the love of learning. It's being a learner. All right, guys, going to karate. Oh, you look good.
Yeah. Hiya. Hiya. Darcy with hiya.
I see sunlight. Hooray! Another shift in our family we've kind of made is a shift away from group sports, at least right now. You know, the boys all love to play sports, and we're really blessed that we have a lot of opportunities, even for homeschool kids, to play group sports. But it was just becoming a little bit too much. And you know, I've said before, we evaluate whether it's good for the family and then whether it's good for the individual. So these decisions that even though one child might want to do, well, everything, we first evaluate, is this going to be good for the whole family? Is this going to take us away from our family dinners too often? Is it going to take us away from each other? Are we going to miss out on some of the things that we as a family have deemed not only important, but vital for us? 4 boys in sports, each of them having a practice, and then each of them having 1 or 2 games a week. That's too much. So we kind of looked at what could we do? We decided to start karate, and I was so thrilled that my daughter was actually interested in doing that as well. We have something that I can take them all to. They're doing it together. This is a brand new decision. We're gonna just see how it plays out.
Hi, amigos.
I just can't believe how hard it is to speak to adults when I've been speaking to kids all day. It's just like, blah, blah. I